Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation, what does sensorality stabilize? Looking to develop our linguistics enough to we have a trivial solution showing the direct iteration of the syllability of sensorality. So from the title of the last one, we finished up with rhythmality is sensorality. You can hear a little rhyme going on there, but linguistically encapsulating from rhythm to algorithm literally. And so we continue on. Rhythmality is rhythmality. That is a natural definition. Rhythmality is rhythmality. And that's rhythm where we put the E with the Y spelling. Another natural definition. Again, we label them natural definitions, but at this point, we're getting to the fundamental iteration, the geometric demonstration, or I think, all letters are geometric. But point being, this is logically from algorithm to rhythm, right? Rhythmality is the word form directly constructed from algorithm, the spelling, and connecting that to rhythm, R-H-Y-T-H-M. Sensorality is rhythmality, and that is with the Y spelling. Y, just the R-H-Y from the front of rhythm. Sensorality with a C is rhythmality. Surality is themality. What is rhythm to averaging? What is rhythm to aging? Again, age centered on the letter G, seventh letter, our iteration element, 6, 7, 6, 7. But rhythm to aging, again, I guess if you have pretty much a set amount of heartbeats, again, the answer doesn't matter. What is the theme of aging? You get older. Sensorality is rhythm, directly putting the rhythm and then iterating the two E's. So now again, we have rhythm with the R-H-Y, the word theme. Sensorality is rhythmality. We already just did that one, restated it. What is rhythm to hype? Right here on YouTube, we have hype points. I've never gotten a single one because, again, do I have constitutional rights? Absolutely not. Am I going to live a single day of my life? Absolutely not. Have I produced more proofing than everybody else combined? Yes. Does anybody care? No. What is rhythm to hype? What type of vibe is rhythm? Again, just developing our linguistics to find the self-contained question. What is the theme of mathematics? Mathematics is theme. You can't have a theme without an average. Not going to go through all of the steps we've already gone through. But theme is the base of rhythm. That's not hard to convince you of. You can see the THM contracted, that is theme. Rhythm is the theme of life. That should be pretty I don't want to say overwhelmingly, but pretty apparent. If you have a heartbeat, if you get your finger on the pulse or get it on the beat, it's kind of a phrasing people say to be up with the times. The theme of life is rhythm. Rhythm is the theme of life. Just said that. Sensorality stabilizes rhythm and algorithm. What does sensorality stabilize? From rhythm to algorithm. Sensorality stabilizes rhythm and algorithm. Rhythm stabilizes algorithm. And that one comes again just intuitively the base principle of rhythm, right? Vibration is how I introduced this proofing, which again, at first I said this proofing method, but again, I just had to get your head in the right place because you guys have no idea how to do math. But rhythm being like the fundamental principle, and then algorithm, some sort of, again, derivative property, some sort of emergent phenomenon, but rhythm being the base physical principle and algorithm being some sort of emergent something rhythm. Rhythm stabilizes algorithm. Algorithmicality senses rhythm. But Brad, how can algorithm sense? That's with an S and not with a C. Again, I am pointing out the things you probably couldn't even notice because we're getting to this fundamental resolution, which is a demonstration. It just shows the direct iteration. Anything that is not complete or is not directly motivated or is not resolved, as much as we can complete will be done with the final iteration, which again, because the letters have to be the same, again, this is the proof getting to that word form, but this is what I've been saying, science team has the word form for months upon months, frankly, probably for years now. because you can just brute force iterate the letters, but you don't prove it because you don't get to the final, you don't show the iteration. And then you can't really train AI, right? Any sort of algorithm, any sort of not sentient sorting system to learn not words, right? I mean, like, there's no way to do what I do with a computer. Because like, there's no data to input, at least I don't think, at least not yet. I won't never say never. But algorithmicality senses rhythm doesn't actually logically make sense because I spelled it with the other sensing. I could put a C in there, but it doesn't really matter. Just trying to get the syllability. The syllability will literally calculate the answer or calculate the question's answer is sensorality. An axiom is a definition. And so here's some fun one. Theory, theorem. A theorem is a theme and or. Again, directly, literally, the construction of the word theorem is an iteration of theme. And so all theorems are themes, directly, literally. And so now we've encapsulated directly the structure of all mathematical results. A theorem is a theme and or. And so that's a fun one. Again, historically, wherever two or more are gathered, you're in the presence of averaging. So again, that's the direct two or more. You can't have an average with just one thing. But Brad, if I put 1 over 1, it just doesn't make sense. You can't divide. If you division doesn't make sense to like one thing. You're not dividing if it's just one thing. You guys have literally never done mathematics ever. But agreement averages. Reasoning averages. Averaging is rational. Wherever two or more are gathered, again, these results of language are independent of one person, and by being a physical creature that's alive, you have the capacity to reason. Well, sentient, but like, again, you get what I'm saying. Themes are relationships. Relationships are connections. Do clocks click? No, they tick-tock. Tick-tock on the wall. Kesha, don't stop. Do clocks click? Right, again, shout out to the viscous Sean Carroll again. Vibration, click, I'm on Big Think. Oh, Eric Weinstein, I'm on Big Think 8 years ago. Orange jumpsuits are really popping out, clicking. Right, professors? You guys are going to take responsibility for your actions and be grown men, right, guys? Oh, that's right, you're just going to lie, cheat, and steal and never take responsibility for your actions because you're cowards. And so now we can state the fundamental theorem of logic with a random shout out to random French words. Themes are genres. And genre there, you don't say genre, or Genghis Khan. Right? Genre. But that G, you say je, and that's a J, which is a France word, or at least a France sound. But themes are genres, and that is directly literal. And so now we can have the theory or theorem of everything. Right? So I use the word theorem all of the time in theory because theory is like the, O, and Y. It's just a generalization of the. And guess what happened? Guess what? Theme is the me, directly, literally. So we're reducing all of the linguistics to literal logic. It is what it is. All right? And so now we can restate the fundamental theorem of everything. Rhythm is the theme of everything. Now look at the word every. You see those two E's in the front? It's that. And then the V is this iteration element. And so rhythm is the theme of everything. And it's a literal linguistic statement. The every is an iteration of theme, the EE. That double E, definitely. So again, you can start seeing we're tightening up all of this word forms by reducing it. All of the logic is just directly literal. And so I don't even, again, I keep saying we're reducing this, but we're just proving a bunch of results. And so what the complete reduction again of sensorality is we literally do use all of the context of the base or whatever, but we do exhaust the linguistics. So I don't know if we're really reducing it or if we're just truly we are exhausting it. I don't know if that's reduction or if that's just, I put some formalization onto these fundamental things, but we're still in this environment of irreducibility. I have to present words to you that you literally cannot reduce and like have a math proof. So all I can do is just talk you through the logic that's present, put the words up on the screen, and then show the direct completion, which again has already been done. Speciality is special with an ITY, is the complete finished, only ever documented derivation completion of analysis ever in recorded history. I would say just on this planet, but for as far as I can tell. And so that is profoundly substantial, and to make me do one more step, again, without payment, without, again, I don't have any expectation for acknowledgement, but I'm a human being that has to eat, sleep, and work, or and I want to work. And it's like, why can't I just go into the grocery store and comfortably buy food as a grown-ass fucking man? Why do I live at my fucking parents' house? That is because of the ongoing criminal activity, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the United States Constitution, and the Fifth Amendment guarantees me a right to my writings and discoveries and just payment for that private property used for public use, which everybody's clearly discussing it publicly without putting my name on it. It is the most egregious, direct fraud, racketeering conspiracy that could exist. So each day that continues on, I continue to emphasize in history, all of the people alive today restricting me of this right, of my rights, suppressing scientific information. I get you guys don't care. You guys were raised in a world with no values, no morals, no integrity, no character. You're not men, you're not women, you're little bitches and little cowards. But one day it will care. And each day that goes by, as I've said for a long time, is another case at the highest level. And so, to my estate, prosecute everybody, show them no leniency. And again, they have to forfeit all assets that were appreciated or created during this fraudulent period, completely and entirely. That is what I have for today. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.